Hello, guys and gals. Lloyd Dobson come to you from my branch office here on the beach in Treasure Island, Florida. If you're looking at the screen, it says how to set up a Twitter account. This is a beginner's guide. First of all, here's a quick marketing question for you. How often do you tweet? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're missing out on one of the hottest marketing tools on the internet today, and that's Twitter. So what is Twitter? Well, Twitter is a microblogging site, meaning that you can state your thoughts, your views, opinions, and links, but in a super compact way. In fact, with Twitter, you only get to use 140 characters for each post, affectionately known as a tweet. At first glance, you may think 140 characters can't possibly give you enough room to say anything of value, but once you jump into the flow, you'll be amazed at the way Twitter can change your social media marketing world. So how does it work? Well, Twitter works as a real-time social media platform for users to update their followers with tidbits of information, chit-chat, tips, and tricks, and other short messages that are then broadcast to a group of users who have chosen to stay updated to your messages. Now, while there are over 6 million users on Twitter, according to the latest statistics, individuals choose who they want to interact with by following them on Twitter. If you want to follow me, go to www.twitter.com/Dobson1234. Now, every user gets a profile page with room for a short bio, a photo, and a link to the site of your choice. Your profile page also includes a button people can click on to begin following you, which means they will have access to all of your updates. Now, the more followers you acquire, the stronger your networking capabilities become on Twitter. Twitter functions as an ever-increasing network as each person interacts with their following, who then connects with them to their own group of followers, and on and on and on it grows. So you might be asking, who uses Twitter? Well, at the rate Twitter is growing, it won't be long before the answer to this question is everyone. Twitter is growing at a pace of over 7,500 users every day, and I'm sure that has increased as I'm speaking here, with a total right now of over 6 million users. Twitter is a great place to connect, both in business and personally, for anyone who is looking for a platform where they can reach out to a wide network of people at one time. Twitter is the answer. Twitter is popular with many different kinds of people in business. You'll find lawyers, realtors, writers, web designers, internet marketers, coaches, entrepreneurs, bloggers, small business owners, large corporations, politicians, and even, yes, the President of the United States. You'll find famous people, infamous people, unknown people. The truth is, Twitter is being used by folks from every walk of life you can imagine to connect with others and market their business. So why is Twitter so popular? Well, one of the reasons Twitter is so popular is that Twitter is so popular. In other words, so many people are using Twitter that it is rapidly becoming the place to connect on the web. In fact, mainstream media has started using Twitter and talking about it. CNN and Fox News both discuss Twitter and use it as a way for viewers to offer input on various stories. In the recent presidential election, President Obama's campaign used Twitter as part of their massive campaign efforts, with obvious success. Twitter is all about immediate connections and real-time relationship building. Human beings are social animals who thrive on relationships and interaction with each other. Twitter provides immediate contact with others. No waiting for return emails or finding people on various instant messages. So you might be asking why Twitter works for marketers. Well, Twitter works for marketers for a couple of reasons. The first and most important one is Twitter is different. from a lot of the marketing techniques out there. It really is all about making connections and creating relationships. Yes, it sounds impossible to believe that communicating in short little bursts can actually foster real relationships, but it's true. Perhaps it's because of the real-time interaction that we have on Twitter. The truth is, Twitter works for a variety of reasons, and the good news is those reasons all add up to the reality that Twitter does work. Okay, so now that little overview, let's look a bit closer about how to get started on Twitter so you can begin using this amazing networking tool in your business today. So how to get started on Twitter. The easiest way to get a real understanding of the power of Twitter is to create an account and get started. It only takes a few minutes to get up your account, so let's get started. Setting up an account. Go to, first of all, www.twitter.com. If you need to pause the video, do so, and let's begin. And then click on the Get Started Join link. Now the page you're going to see is going to look just like this. So there at the bottom you'll see the green tab that says Get Started Join. And now you're going to be taken to a form to create your account that looks like this, where you're going to enter your first and last name, okay, and also the full name, like I mentioned, in the box. So pretty easy so far, right? Now you're just going to follow the steps to create your username. Now your username is the name that everyone will know you by, so give some thought to the name that you choose. Every time you post a message known as a tweet on Twitter, your name and profile picture will be displayed. So you definitely don't want to choose a user name made of random numbers and letters. And now your next step is to enter your email address. Make sure that you enter an actual email address that you use on a regular basis, because Twitter will not send you spam email, but they will use your email address to alert you to new followers and direct messages, and if you choose to be alerted later in your profile. So you will also be notified via email if you lose or forget your username or password. Okay, so now we've reached the area that will help you market yourself and your business. This is where you start personalizing your profile. In the upper right hand corner is your navigation panel with links to move around the back end of your Twitter account. Now click on Settings to continue personalizing your Twitter account now. This is what the page will look like as far as setting up your profile account. Now once you've reached this settings page, you'll notice some things are already filled in for you, like your name, your username, and this is what makes up the URL to your profile page. So when you set that up, it's going to send someone. It's going to be twitter.com/ and then your username. So your email address then, and then if you want to change them, feel free to do so now. You'll need to also, though, re-enter your password if you do that. Now, after you get those items the way you want them, there are two important fields that you need to fill in so that people can find you and your business. The first one is the More Info URL area. Use this to add a link to either your website or blog or a Facebook page or any other significant link that you have that gives people an opportunity to find out more about you and or your business. And now the other field that you need to fill in is the one-line bio field. Here you have one line, 160 characters, to share some more information about yourself. Make this as interesting as you can in the space allotted, because this bio will be one of the ways people decide if they really want to follow you or not. So tell them who you are and what you do. On this setting page, it also allows you to add your time zone and your location, so be sure you complete those too. Finally, On the bottom of the page is a box that you can check if you want to protect your updates. If you check this box, people will only be able to see your updates if they have special permission from you. Now, this option I really don't recommend, especially when you're trying to build a network of followers, unless you plan to use your Twitter account to communicate only with a select group of people. You should leave this box empty as far as I'm concerned. Now, when you're finished filling in your settings, be sure to click on the Save button at the bottom of the page. Let's navigate now back to your home page, and let's look at using Twitter with your cell phone. On the right-hand side of your home page, you'll see a section towards the bottom labeled Device Updates with a link, Set Up SMS Device. Now, the page is going to look like this. So if you want to send and receive your Twitter messages from your mobile phone or an instant messenger, you can add that information in here. Now, keep in mind, however, if you use your cell phone to communicate on Twitter, you may be charged standard text messaging rates for your tweets. Alright, so now notification options. Click on the Notices tab and you will find options for receiving email notifications when people follow you or when you receive a direct message. A direct message is a private message sent from one follower to another without showing up in the general stream of tweets for others to share. And this is the page that you'll look at when you do that. Now, it's a good idea to select the email option for direct messages or DMs in Twitter speak, as you don't receive any other notification that you have one. All DMs you receive do show up in a special section on your home page labeled Direct Messages, but other than checking this area periodically, you won't know they're accumulating without the email notifications. It's also nice to receive an email when you get a new follower, so you have the opportunity to follow them back and or send them a welcome message. This is a great opportunity to let them know a bit more about you and your website, but don't make it too sales pitchy. After all, you've just met each other. Show them who you are. Your next step in preparing your Twitter profile is to upload a picture to be shown with your tweets and on your homepage. So click the Picture tab and upload your photo of choice. Now, guys and gals, this isn't the time to be shy. Use a real photo of yourself. You want your followers to see you as a real person, so they choose to interact with you. And a real photo goes a long way toward helping people connect with you. It helps to use the same photo that you use on your social media sites as well as on your own site or blog. Okay, so now it's time to give your page some personality. Finally, you can customize how your homepage looks by clicking the Design tab. This feature allows you a small amount of flexibility in the look of your home page. There's also a few default design backgrounds that you can choose, and you can change the colors of your background. It can be helpful to use colors that complement your website or blog colors as part of your branding strategy. The design feature in Twitter is pretty limited, though. If you're interested in a custom background and want to jazz up your site, you can design your own in Photoshop, hire a designer, or use a service like twitterwebs.com or twitdesign.com for a custom Twitter background. If you have a custom background made, you can share more links with the people who view it. Now, although these links are not clickable, your background is a place that you can at least let people know how they can connect with you. It's a great place to share your other social media profile names or links like Facebook and LinkedIn. And you can post a phone number if you like, or any other information about your business. Now, while it's good to have clear information available so people can find you if they like, be careful not to let your background become too crowded or cluttered. Keeping it simple is always the best policy. Now, here's an example of a custom background made by twitdesign.com. Not too cluttered, and it's got good eye appeal. Okay, so now that you've created your account and customized your profile, you're ready to get started using your Twitter account. In other words, it's time to start tweeting. Alright, there's an art to using Twitter to its fullest capabilities. Well, the most important thing to remember is to be social and really interact with people in a new way. The quickest way to ruin your Twitter credibility, whether you're a new user or a seasoned vet, is to use Twitter as a platform to hype your sales pitch and hawk your products. Twitter is all about networking, not about direct sales. It's Twitter, not Tupperware. Your goal isn't to see what the tally is at the end of the day. Instead, your goal is about how many people come to the convention, your website. Well, if you ever dealt with an overzealous party planner, you know you love to hear about what they do. But not every time you hear from them, and certainly not several times a day. Now here's my disclaimer though. Of course, sales are the lifeblood of every business, and whatever industry you're in, if you can sell aggressively and deliver what you sell, you're on the road to mega success. Okay guys and gals, it's time for me to go. Thanks much for watching and listening, and I wish you success and happiness. Now, if you'd like the free ebook report on more Twitter information and resources, then fill in your email and address. Also, if you want additional marketing and training information, then go to www.lloyddobsonmarketingsecrets.com. And remember that it is not what you know, but what you do with what you know. So I'll catch you on the beach or on the next video. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.